am glad that you're here. Today we'll be unpacking the five top marketing tips for your content, whether you are a author, blogger, podcaster, course creator, or your ministry. Those might be synonyms to you, content and ministry. And these are my top 5 tips. So I'm going to go ahead and check if we are on Facebook, if this stream has made it there. Let's see. And still waiting. You can go ahead and, obviously, you can go ahead and skip to the 2-minute mark. All right, we are here. We have a viewer. Welcome, viewer. Glad you're here. Go ahead and comment, share with me. What is it about to our viewer? Who are you, viewer? I'm trying to see who you are. Hello, it's Tim. Hi, Tim. Good morning. And Tim, I think you shared before that marketing, I want to make sure I use the right adjective. If it feels overwhelming, is that how you would describe how marketing feels to you? I'm going to let Tim answer that. We're going to wait. I know for most people, marketing feels extremely overwhelming and it can feel slimy. And for many Christian content creators, good afternoon. Good afternoon. That's right. Different time zone. Good afternoon to all those not stateside. It can feel, yes, overwhelming. Yeah, overwhelming, slimy, perfunctory, like a chore. So how can we make it? And I don't know anything about it. Welcome, someone else just chimed in. Glad you're here. Go ahead and put in the comments what you think when you hear the word marketing. And for Tim, we hit the nail on the head with overwhelming. So to our other viewer, what do you think about when you hear the word marketing? And today we're going to share some tips that will hopefully take it from slimy and egotistical. What are some other negative adjectives I've heard about it and that I used to believe about it? We'll take it from perfunctory and obligatory to joyful and authentic. And you'll begin with these 5 tips, you'll begin to see marketing as another outlet for your creative content creation and as a way to create authentic connection with people. All right, and so someone just, I think that's Tim that shared again. I don't know. I did local sales a few times. I never understood how to promote my own stuff. Yeah, it is a different game. You're exactly right. It's a different game when you are promoting someone else's work. Isn't that interesting? We could psychoanalyze that a bit, but I want to make and there'll be, that might be another video, might be another live session for us. I want to go ahead and get started to honor everyone's time. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and share the screen so we get this show on the road. Share. Thank you for your patience, friends. Alrighty, we're going to present this. All right, let's make sure that Google Slides has made it to the live stream on Facebook. Lots of dramatic pauses today. I'm being extra careful because last Saturday's video, when we talked about the #1 Christian belief that is keeping you from your goals, I had a fuzzy face on a lot of it. Darn you, Be Live. So I'm being very careful today to watch my phone and make sure that it's a clear stream that's coming to your phones or computers. All right, the top 5 tips for marketing your content and or ministry. Sometimes that is synonymous, sometimes it's not. So I know in this group, there's lots of we're all spiritually attuned go-getters, or else I wouldn't have invited you. You wouldn't have found your way to the group. And so we're all either creating ministerial programs or content that we want to get out into to get it out to the ideal participants. We want it to get it out to the people that it will serve. So what's my number one tip? And there's so many tips I want to share with you, and I have the joy of coaching authors and course creators and other content creators in marketing, and I wish I could share everything, but we're going to try to keep this at 30 minutes, and I've narrowed it down to the top 5 that will make this a lot, hopefully make marketing more joyful and authentic for you. You're like, okay, get to number 1 already. Oh wait, number 1. Number 1, and pardon if that font is super small. I was in a hurry today because of Mother's Day and had a joyful surprise breakfast, so I did not get to my slides until 10 minutes before I went live. So they're not as fancy as my usual slides, so give me some grace. Okay, the first rule of marketing is this marketing principle, the acronym WIIFM, what's in it for me? And what I mean by that is when we are marketing, especially online, whether it's social media or website or describing your blog, you have 3 to 5 seconds to sell the person, to hook their curiosity and keep their interest. 3 to 5 seconds to grab their attention. And to do that, you have to address first what's in it for them. And so a quick way to do that is to be clear right off the bat. How is it going to serve them? What question is it going to answer? What problem is it going to solve? Go write in second person, use words like you, and right off the bat, answer them what's in it for me. So for example, I don't want to take too much time going to Facebook, and I'm afraid Be Live might freak out. But I noticed this past week some great copy on Facebook by a business and life coach, and he put, "How would you like to feel certain in a time of uncertainty?" Whoa, that is a powerful sentence to start us off. Immediately, I am hooked. He used the word "you," so I know he's talking directly to me. And that's another thing that I believe that I would slip in here as a 6th tip is addressing your followers in the singular, because we're rarely together as the masses watching or reading on our phones. It usually is just us. And the person that wants your content, they're going to know when you're talking directly to them. So the more, keep it second person, keep it singular. And so with that headline, with that first text in his Facebook post, and he was plugging a coaching program he has coming up. Would you want to be certain in uncertainty? So right off the bat, he was clear what's in it for me, the ideal customer. And then I might share my screen. Let me see. And I might have shared this before. I'm going to go to a website. Whenever I coach people in writing pitches, whether it's for their elevator pitch for their business or their book or their online course, the pitch is basically, we help ideal audience, I hope you can see that here, we help ideal audience get this specific result. And so I'm going to go over to the Instagram expert. She's the Instagram marketing expert. Hopefully you can still see my screen. This is a great example of a very, and she's a professional, so we can trust her. This is a great example of an amazing pitch. And this is something that I'm going to be giving you way more than 5 tips today. I can already tell. I can't help myself. That this could be something that you put at the top of in your Instagram bio or in your Facebook bio. This should be at the top of your website in 3 to 5 seconds, being clear about what's in it for your client, what's in it for your ideal course participant. And so I hope you can see this. She is very honest and clear that, "Hi, I'm Sue B. I teach small business owners how to become and continue to be the go-to authority in their industry by using Instagram marketing strategies to establish and grow engaged Instagram following that converts." And so in less than 5 seconds, I know who she's serving and what results she's going to get them. And so what's in it for me? That's a long way of rule number 1. is in every post, in every piece of marketing you do, whether it's on your website or on social media, I should be able to tell what's in it for me. What problem are you going to help me solve, or what question are you going to help me find an answer to? So rule number 2 is to be human. Be human. It's all caps and there's an exclamation point, and that's on purpose. Be human. I like to tell people when I'm coaching them that your Facebook groups and other social media platforms, they are similar to whatever your local hangout hub is in your town, whether it's a bar or a coffee shop or a cafe or the Friday night football game. That is all that is happening in our human relationships in those places. It is also happening online. And so, for example, you wouldn't walk up to someone at a coffee shop or a bar or a pub. You wouldn't walk up to them and say, newsletter out today, or, and here's another newsletter. Like, no, you wouldn't do that. You would engage with them in conversation. You would be vulnerable. You would talk authentically. And if you were sharing a newsletter online on Facebook, you would start, like the first point said, pointing out what's in it for them, or sharing sharing your own thoughts. And this is another, when I work with clients, we unpack 8 different organic social media marketing posts for Facebook and Instagram. And one of them is based on the marketing principle, Prison to Paradise, that AJ talked about last Tuesday's video. And this is the idea where you hit people in where you describe the pain they're currently feeling. And this pain is the reason that you started this book or this blog or this product. And then there's a pivot moment. And that pivot moment is what you're going to teach them. And then everything changed and it was paradise and things were easier for them. I've talked about this before in other videos. So that is one style of social media marketing. And it's basically being very human and speaking to the pain that you used to experience and grabbing people's attention by speaking to that pain that you have felt, that discomfort. And so be human, speak naturally like you would in a conversation when you go to write your copy. It'll get a lot more traffic on social media if you be human, be conversational, hit them in the feels and be vulnerable and authentic. Be human. Okay. Next one. Tip number 3 of the top 5 marketing tips for your content and or your ministry, if those are synonymous for you. Which to many in this group, I think they are. Okay, tip number 3 is choose one social media platform and connect through it well. Choose one social media platform and connect to it well. It is very overwhelming, all the ways to connect now, to TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. So let me, from my experience of the past 4 years of studying marketing and using these tips to coach clients and increasing their reach, and also using these tips to get my last book to bestseller status on Amazon, let me tell you from my experience that do not let yourself be overwhelmed. Do not try to master them all. Choose one social media platform and connect through it well. And also know that Twitter is no longer considered a social media platform. If you go to Google Play to download it, it's considered a news media platform. So it has very much evolved since it was started in 2007. So if you're just getting started as a blogger, not as a blog, if you're just getting started at marketing your content as a blogger, author, podcaster, course creator, I would not waste my time with Twitter. And I'm going to show you on these next 2 points which ones I would put my time at. And you can easily research the demographics of where the people you're serving, which platforms they're on. That's very easy to find online. So you could Google that. I'm serving Gen Xers, I'm serving millennials, I'm serving Gen Z. What social media platforms are these ages or life stages on? You could find that very easily. So this takes us to tip number 4. Tip number four, if you choose Facebook, this has some extra tips. So I really should have called this the top 10 marketing tips, but I was really trying to keep it less than that. So I didn't want to overwhelm anyone, but I'll give you 2 tips about on Facebook. If you choose Facebook as your platform to market your content and do it well, I would suggest, this is the right way to do it. Facebook wants to keep people on Facebook. And with that said, if they notice a hyperlink inserted in the caption in your post that's not theirs, it's not a native link, they will not give it hardly any traffic. It's so annoying. And they say it's for spammers, and I kind of get it. And who knows, by the time this video comes out, they could have already changed that. But I don't, as of right now, if you want to get a lot of traffic to your post, describe how this link that you're sharing is going to serve your ideal client. Remember, what's in it for me? That's what they always want to know. Describe in the caption who it's going to serve and what problem it's going to help them serve. And then tell them, find the link in the first comment and put that link in the comments. It'll get so much more traffic. And a lot of people, even professional copywriters out there that I follow, they don't know this secret, and they make YouTube videos of themselves, and then they share them on Facebook. And because that's not a native link, it's not going to get a lot of traffic. So don't do it. Put your URLs, put your links in the comments below and get a lot more traffic. Okay, next tip. There are differing opinions about when is the best time to post. And I want to give you all 3 of those opinions, but I also want to save your time and I don't want to overwhelm you. So what I have found works really well is posting at 6 a.m., 12 p.m., and 5 p.m. in your time zone. Now, granted, a lot of us have people that follow us that are not in our time zone. And I have still found that this works. These times work really well. Okay, so I'll just give you the other opinions that are out there. There are some professional marketers that believe that you should only market online on social media when you want to be working with those people. I'm so sorry. Pardon my dog. Hey, Libby, come here. Come here, Libby. Come here. Hey, that's really annoying. Could you not bark? Could you sit? Okay. There are some professional marketers out there that believe you should only market on social media on times when you want to be working with your clients. And this is, of course, coming from a coach's perspective. And so and I know others that they only coach clients at 9 to 11 p.m. once their kids are asleep. So they only market at 9 to 11 p.m. so they can see who's on at that time because they want to work with those people. So that's one theory of when to post. The other theory that's out there is analyzing when your ideal client or your ideal reader or your ideal customer, when are they on social media? That's another way to go about knowing when to post. If you're serving retirees, they could very well easily be on at 9 or 10 a.m. And so because they're not dropping off kids at school, they're not going to work. And so, of course, all this has changed now with the quarantine, so it's kind of a different ballgame. But those are theories out there of knowing when to market on social media. Those different opinions. From my experience, these 3 times have worked the best and have got me the most traffic. And knowing that Facebook, it does post chronologically, and the more obviously, the more comments, likes, the more engagement it gets, the more Facebook will show it to more people in your friend base. Facebook posts chronologically, unlike Instagram. So let's talk a little about Instagram and this top 5 tips that are really top 20 tips. So with Instagram, if you choose Instagram, because we're going to, as I said on tip number 3, do not be overwhelmed by all of the social media platforms. Choose one and master it. and connect through it well. If you feel too overwhelmed, you will not take any step to engage people through marketing. So don't let yourself feel overwhelmed. Choose one, do it well. And so if you choose Instagram on where to pour your time and energy into, I would highly recommend that you aim for brand recognition. And I talked about this before. Let me see. What I mean by that is I use free, Instagram is all about being aesthetically pleasing. And so I try my best to take pretty appealing pictures. And again, when I coach clients, we go through these eight or nine types of organic social media marketing post. And so I won't unpack all those now, but I will say when you use Instagram, you want to go for brand recognition and keeping the same colors and fonts. And we talked about this in a video a few weeks back about how to make beautiful digital graphics. So go for brand recognition. If you're sharing a blog post or a quote from your book, use the same brand colors. This is for our podcast listening chair. We use the same brand colors, same brand fonts. And so go for brand recognition on Instagram. So your followers and those that you are serving begin to recognize you and recognize the look of your stuff, and they feel connected to you. Keep it mainly about pretty pictures on Instagram. Like I said, make it aesthetically pleasing. Some professional marketers out there will tell you to stay away from stock photos. I have seen some be able to pull off stock photos well if they just put a transparent logo of their brand somewhere in the photo. So again, your followers get to experience brand recognition. And a great place for stock photos is Pexels.com or where I was just at, Canva.com. Both have free levels that are very, very helpful. And then, as I said before, Instagram is different than Facebook. Instagram does not post chronologically. So annoying. And so the game to play, the way you play the game to increase your amount of followers is you want to use around 12 to 15 hashtags that apply to your post. And so in a recent course I did with content creators when we were coaching them, one of the students said that to her, hashtags are basically like the old library catalog system where you could find books on this topic. And I thought that is a great way to describe hashtags, that it is these keywords that are associated with your post. And so you want to use around 12 to 15. And here's the secret. Make sure that of those 12 to 15 hashtags you're using, that they've all been used less than 500,000 times. You might know this, you might not. When you are on Instagram and you are adding a hashtag, Instagram will bring it up for you. Do you mean this? And then it will tell you hashtag confidence has been used 7 million times. So you don't want that one. You want less competition. So you try a synonym for confidence. You try self-love or high self-esteem, and it comes up high self-esteem has only been used 200,000 times. So you click that one because you want less competition for your hashtags to get more traffic. Yes, I agree. It is ridiculous. And every time, even as a millennial, when I am searching for ideal hashtags on Instagram, I'm like, this is ridiculous. I actually prefer Facebook to Instagram for that reason, but I think both are different and we have to honor them for their differences and know that they will both serve us well in our marketing. So those are my top 5 tips for, make sure I'm not missing anything. Yep. These are my top 5 tips for marketing. So feel free to put any questions that you might have in the comments below and tag me, and I can get back to you. I hope that this has served you well, and I look forward to serving you more. I see one more comment. I shared classes with CAM students, communication, advertising, and marketing, and they were all very snooty. Yeah, yeah, that that's a great point, Tim. There is a way to go about marketing that comes off as narcissistic. I have screenshot and grabbed photos of so many times where content creators are marketing the wrong way. And why I say the wrong way is they're making it all about them. And so it does come off as snooty and potentially narcissistic. However, when you do it the right way, and I am gonna use that word right, when going back to our first tip of what's in it for me, when every single piece of copy that you write to market is all about how, not that I'm saying, yeah, thanks, I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm not snooty, I know. Thank you, I appreciate that. When we make our copy all about how we are going to serve our customers, what's in it for them, what problem we're going to solve, what specific result we're going to help them get, what question we're going to help them answer. When we make it all about them and how we are here to serve them, we don't appear snooty or narcissistic, because we're not. We're in the business of serving other people, and we have to engage with them through marketing. And so what really helped me about 4 years ago, when I started writing my first book and knew I'd have to market it, I had to learn how to market to get it to get it to the people that it was going to help. I reframe marketing as marketing is cultivating a conversation about which I have much passion, for which I have much passion. I'm just trying not to end the sentence in a preposition. So that's all marketing is. Marketing is cultivating a conversation for which I have much passion with fellow people that also have much passion for that topic. And now 4 years later that I have studied marketing and experienced good marketing, made mistakes with marketing, I have learned that as long as any piece of copy that you write on your website, in your newsletter, in Facebook, Instagram, wherever social media platform you choose, that as long as in 3 to 5 seconds, as long as I have hooked the curiosity of my ideal customer, and they are hooked because they're knowing that there's something in this for them, they will be served through this. They will have a problem solved, a question answered. As long as they know that, I feel I am being a successful marketer, and I don't feel snooty or slimy. It doesn't feel like it's done in a spirit of solicitation, but it is a total perspective and mentality shift. And I have seen so many, including myself, content creators, that once they shift at how they view marketing, they are unstoppable at the amount of people they can reach with their content. And as I say on almost every video we do in this group, if you have an idea to create content, blog, book, what have you, podcast, course, the idea is only there because someone out there other than you is desperately hungry for you to bring that idea to fruition. They are hungry for you to create that book, blog, or podcast so it can serve their needs. That's the only reason it exists. And you have to market so they see that, hey, it exists. I can serve you through this. But I totally understand, because I was there. I used to be there 4 years ago when I thought marketing was narcissistic and slimy and obligatory and perfunctory and sinful and self-serving. And now I don't think that way anymore. And I hope that these tips help you to feel that way too, because Tim and others watching this, the world needs your content. It is healing and transformative, and people are waiting for it. So if you're waiting for permission, or encouragement, here it is. Go do it. Go create. Join us back here Tuesday night at 7 Central Standard Time. My cousin, Justice, who is an entrepreneur, is going to be joining us. So excited, local business owner. And he's going to be bringing us practical tips on peace, patience, and productivity. Continue to post questions, comments in the thread, the comment thread below, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Tag me in it, and I'd be happy to serve you. Thank you so much for your time. Have a wonderful day in Belfast.